It's a really lovely moment in the show where you feel like you're giving the audience a really lovely gift. It's been very dramatic up to this point and sort of bombastic, and now all of a sudden it's like you're out in the middle of this beautiful sea and the sun is setting and you hear this gorgeous music.
My name is Sara Gartland, and I am singing the role of Marietta.
My name is Jonathan Burton, and I'm singing Paul. In our story, Paul is a painter who lives in Bruges, and he has lost his dear wife and has fallen into poor health mentally and physically because of this, and he's having a hard time dealing with it. And while one day he's out on a walk, he sees a lady who looks exactly like his lost wife and sounds exactly like her, and he is convinced that God has given her back to him.
Marietta is a dancer who is in the city of Bruges and has been spotted by Paul and asked to come back to his home to meet him. And there she discovers that there is a woman that looks very much like her, which we find out is his late wife. She becomes scared and nervous and leaves his home, but then a whole story of sadness, fantasy, excitement, deception unravels then for the next 2.5 hours. Just before this duet, Marietta is discovering all of the things in Paul's home, so all the pictures of his late wife, Marie. She is asked to wear a shawl that belonged to his late wife, and so she puts that on, and then he gives her the lute. So there's a lot of play and fun and sort of running around as they're getting acquainted with each other in his living room.
She asks if he'd like to hear a song, and he's surprised to hear that she sings. So he says, sure, I'd love to. What comes out of her mouth is a song that could only be sent by a supernatural force, because it's a song from his youth that he knew very well, and it's a song which sort of describes his situation in life, about a faithful lover who had to die and go away.
I think there is a really special musical moment that happens towards the end of the duet where we've both sung this gorgeous high note together, and then we start on a phrase and John's music descends as mine ascends, and it's so beautiful. When it's sung as a solo, you can never hear that texture, but together we can present that, and it's such a special moment.
Playing this for my family and friends who weren't familiar with it, to show them what I'd be doing, the moment where we go into harmony that she was speaking of, tears every time on everyone that was listening to him. That's the moment. It's just sort of so unexpected, and for such a complex piece of music to just have this simple beauty to it really takes your breath away. My favorite thing about it is that it's so lovely to have a chance to react so deeply to something while it happens. And I hope for the audience at that moment, they can see that this is a real point, a real turning point for him in his journey.
Typically, in a concert, you hear this sung by the soprano alone. So to have the opportunity to sing it with the tenor in the way that it was originally conceived, and most of all for me, to sing this with John, is a real gift, because we've worked together many times and I adore him, and to be able to sing together at the top of the opera sets us up, I think, really emotionally to tell the story even more deeply and profoundly.